So today I would like to talk about if our INTP is more likely to have nihilistic tendencies. And I was asked to do this video. I would like to first say that I'm not a student of philosophy. I do study philosophy on my own, but I don't have any kind of degree on it. I'm not an expert, neither on Nietzsche nor in nihilism nor in philosophy in general. So these are just my broad and more general ideas towards the topic. And obviously I'm not even sure if anyone could develop an absolute answer to this question: are INTPs more likely to have nihilistic tendencies? First of all, I want to define what nihilism is, because it can be defined in many ways. And there are many types of nihilism. So I want to identify those types too. So nihilism is, in philosophical terms, identified or defined as an extreme form of skepticism, the denial of all real existence, or the possibility of an objective basis for truth. As Nietzsche put it, the highest values devaluate themselves, the aim is lacking, why finds no reason, in the book The Will to Power. These are not different views of nihilism, I would say, but different ways to abord the topic, to address the topic. First of all, there are many types of nihilism, many. It could be epistemological and nihilist, existential, just cosmological. There are a number of ways or a number of types of nihilism. So the question itself is it's not well formulated. Although if I go with the definition of a nihilist being someone that is skeptical about the existence of God, for example, for the existence of life having intrinsic meaning on itself, and having an absolute basis for truth. So I would be, in this case, an atheist, which obviously not all atheists are nihilists, that's not what I'm saying. A moral relativist and a moral nihilist. Are INTPs more likely to be nihilists in these terms? Maybe. I'm not sure, obviously. And again, I'm not sure if anyone can answer this question properly. INTPs like truth, and we value it to probably above any other ideology. We like to know what it's true, and we like to study it afterwards. Meaning this way, if an INTP becomes interested in the world, in philosophy, in the way that the world works, in the way that people think about it, and the theories that people have about their own existence, the existence for God, of issues of morality and its subjectivity or objectivity. I have become interested in these topics for some time now, and I have studied it to a degree. I consider myself an existential nihilist. So are INTPs more likely to be nihilists? Again, if you become interested in these topics, and being an INTP, being that you like truth, being that you are skeptical by nature, I would say, being that you value logic above just random feelings of it feels right, therefore it is, you need a logical framework, a logical basis. An INTP will probably need this. So if one can't provide evidence for the world being created, or evidence for your existence having meaning or any hidden value behind it. I'm not saying that our existence doesn't have that. What I am saying is, no one can prove that. Someone must, in my opinion, remain skeptical of it. If you can't prove that your existence, or the existence of others, or the existence of God, or the existence of a moral objective framework, if you can't prove that any of this is true in essence, if all of these things are just social, political, psychological, sociological constructs, and constructs based on what feels right rather than what is in essence, I would say that there's probably a chance that an INTP would become skeptical, not only of his existence having a reason behind it, if you are talking about existential nihilism, and also of morality having an objective framework behind it, if you are talking about moral relativism and moral nihilism. I am skeptical of morality having an absolute basis behind it, and I can elaborate in a next video if you want to, but again, I do not see any evidence for this case. I don't see some people probably base objective morality on the existence of a God. See, I've heard this argument before, that without God, anything is permissible. Everything is in this case. And there is no framework or basis to support morality. It just becomes subjective. It becomes whatever you want. In a way, I do agree with this, being that I am an atheist. I don't believe in God, and morality is, in my opinion, whatever you want it to be. Right and wrong are not objective, they're not even consensual between communities. I would give the example of marrying someone. When marrying a child would be very okay in the Middle East, and it is in some countries still now. 200 years ago. Now, in Europe, it's not. It would be considered pedophilia, a crime, horrible, you would go to jail. Things evolve according to society, according to time, according to the evolution of what people consider to be correct and incorrect, according to the evolution of science too. Things are what we want them to be in the case of morality. Right and wrong become whatever you want it to be. Obviously they have to be structurized, otherwise it would be chaos. That's why we have courts and jails and laws. Otherwise it would be chaotic. But these are just based on general things that people mostly agree on. It's not something that is written, let's say, in the fabric of the universe. It's not like the universe cares if we kill each other and if it's right or wrong intrinsically. Again, the definitions of nihilism are vast, and again, if INTPs are or have more possibility of becoming nihilists, maybe. Again, I can't be sure, and I'm not sure if you can, again, give an accurate answer to this, but again, we like truth, we like objectivity, and we like studying it. I'm not sure if INTPs are more or less nihilistic than the other types. I would probably say that nihilists are more interested in these topics, maybe, than most types, since they are just philosophical in general and in basis and in structure. And we usually like these topics, at least I have noticed it in other INTPs. The abstract is something that we like. And again, I would end it here. I have no idea if INTPs are more nihilistic, but if you count the normal characteristics or the general characteristics of what makes an INTP, our skepticism, our ways of trying to understand the world and how it works, of having a logical framework, something that we value, truth, it becomes difficult to not evaluate the world in a very skeptical way, in a very, people would probably classify it as cold, but it is what it is. I mean, cold or not, the lack of evidence is not obviously evidence against, but it becomes difficult to believe in something just because you want to believe. I want to believe in something because there is proof to it, or because there is a valid theory behind it. So in my case, I am an existential nihilist and a moral relativist, a moral nihilist. Because I don't see the reason, or I don't see any reason for us to be here. I don't think that there is anything special about us. We are not more special intrinsically than an asteroid or a planet. We are just its thinking part and its feeling part and its conscious part, I guess. But intrinsically, we are not different from these objects. We are not more valuable than any of them. Maybe it's going to come up as weird for some people, because humans like to think of themselves as higher beings, I guess. Beings that their intelligence and their awareness of the world makes them different from everyone and everything else. But intrinsically, and I mean this intrinsically, I'm not sure if just because we are conscious and intelligent and creative, if our lives value or are more valuable than any of these objects or anything else. Again, we just happen to be here, in my opinion, and until I find evidence against this opinion, that there is something or a meaning or a creator that made us, that there is a reason for us to be here in the first place, then I will not change my opinion. I need proof. I need a very firm theory to base myself in. And I don't mean to come out as close-minded, that's not it, not at all. I'm very happy to debate this in the comments if you want to, and I'm very happy to share more in detail in further next videos. But it was just to address a calling that a friend made me about making this video about this topic, about INTPs and nihilism. But I guess that's it. I need proof. I need evidence to support my claims. And the lack of evidence that I see that the universe is a dead place. Stars die all the time, planets collapse. We are made of stardust, which is amazing, isn't it? There is no reason for any of this to happen. I don't see it as we are not special. That's what I'm trying to say in essence. And this made me, along with many other books and texts and things that I've read and heard from philosophers, from people that think about these topics way deeper than obviously I do. I came up with the conclusion, not a conclusion, obviously, it's still open, that the universe is not a special place. We are not a special species of primates, no. And I would like to change opinion, but I need a firm basis of reason, logic, truth, to do so. So, thank you.